are now joined by our next guests from Johannes, Nowak, North Supply, I believe Chris Lee.
Yes.
And your colleague here, if you may introduce yourself to us this afternoon.
Yeah, so I'm Johannes Nowak from innovaphone. We are a German company doing PBXs since 20 years, and now we're going to introduce our PBX together with North Supply into the UK market. So with an on-prem and a cloud way of providing our services, including the whole bunch of UC applications and everything around.
So welcome to us, welcome to Channel Live this afternoon. I think walking around the very vibrant show that we have here today, absolutely blown away by the number of options we've got around telephony, particularly.
Terrific, yeah.
How does innovaphone, I guess, compete and differentiate in that marketplace?
I think the most important thing is that what we are facing at the moment is that more and more vendors are going a straight way only to the cloud and say that's the future and that's the only future. And our story is a little bit differently because what we want to promote is that finally the customer has the complete choice. So he can do whatever he wants on his own pace. So he can stay with an on-prem solution, he can go for a cloud solution, and there's no difference from a technical side between our hosted or cloud solution and our on-premise solution. So if he starts today on-premise, wants to change to the cloud, it is exactly the same functionality, it's exactly the same product. And also for the reseller, it's the same product. The reseller could do the hosting, the reseller can do the on-prem, sell the on-prem solution, or can even do a combination of both because it's exactly the same product, scaling from very small to very large. So it's one product that fits all, and we have a straight strategy to say we will stay also with the on-premise model for the customers who don't trust into the cloud, who don't just want to do a one-time fee and not a monthly fee. So there's always this option also to stay on-premise.
It's interesting. There's a lot of similarities with the IT world, isn't it? With the on-prem to cloud discussion that we were talking about earlier, and the fact that there are still going to be a lot of customers who still do want that on-prem solution.
Okay.
As we said, we were amazed how many providers there are doing this in the room.
What sort of advantages are there for customers who, I guess, you touched on some of them in terms of the cost benefits potentially in staying on-premise, but are there any other advantages that customers should consider here in terms of their options?
So finally, it's to have the full control about the security, to have their data under their full control, especially the voice data, but also the data for application sharing, chat, and all this kind of stuff. So if you, for example, use a team collaboration solution which is cloud-based, you don't know who has access to this collaboration data, and in a case of an on-prem installation, you have the full control about everything. So that's I think a very, very important thing. And security, by the way, is also one of our main USPs, that everything what we are doing is very secure. So we also provide end-to-end encryption between WebRTC calls and a physical telephone. So you can really choose to set up a very high level of security.
So presumably as well, there's something that's made you guys decide to partner with these guys. What is that particularly?
We sourced the innovaphone product, thought it was a fantastic product. It's got some terrific USPs. It's got a great migration strategy from ISDN to SIP trunking. It's pure IP. It's one of the things I liked about it was the UC functionality is all in the box. You don't need additional servers, so very, very cost effective.
That's the box, so that's finally a complete PBX, including gateway functionality for different gateways like ISDN, ZIP, or analog interfaces, including the full PBX functionality with voicemail and all connection, and also the whole unified communication stuff. So you don't need additional server for additional services, and that's I think
a lot smaller than they used to be.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sit on a wall or take up an entire room in its own right as well.
I mean, that will handle up to 50 users, 75 SIP trunks.
50 user box.
We have a similar box, same size, handling up to 25,000 registrations. So it's not a bigger box if you want to grow. So it's really scalable.
And that would be video as well. So
yeah. Collaboration, connectivity, absolutely.
So these are gigabit ports?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't need to have the hardware. You can also run it in a virtual environment. And even there, we have a very low footprint, so you can start with a full-blown PBX functionality with 64 megabit on a virtual machine, so it is really, really a very small footprint. So also on this, it's our own operating system, developed by our own, so there's no layer of a Windows operating system or a Linux operating system in between. So it's also very secure from that perspective, that you don't have any open doors for hackers due to the operating system underlying to the system. So that's
one of the pain points outside of security, whether you're a rapidly growing business or you're a well-established business, is the cost and the difficulty of moving office. So how does that help simplify your business? Can you just literally pick that up and put that down in your new building or your rented office space? Is it now that easy for people to do?
Yeah, it's simply that, as I said, that you have the full control, and of course you are 100% flexible with everything, because you can move it wherever you want. You also can extend it wherever you want, however you want. So one of the main benefits is also that you can build up networked installations, so with multi-locations. So you can have one single point of administration, but you can put a little box in each of your offices, but you can handle it like one big system with one license master, with one administration. Of course, with a one dial plan, so that everyone can use all the features and functionalities. And if you decide to move it on a hosted solution, you will not lose any functionality. So, and that's of course a main benefit. One of our largest customers is a retailer with a lot of retail stores, and overall more than 20,000 users based on this platform.
So it's obviously a very busy market, which you're playing in, as we can see from the number of suppliers here. How do you see the channel changing as it moves forward? We're obviously at a channel conference, so where's the market going to go?
So I think there are many different influences. So one thing what is pretty important is that collaboration is going more to team collaboration. So we see a lot of new players like Microsoft with Teams forced to do Teams because of new players like Slack, for example. WhatsApp as a private or consumer product is also forcing that people are moving more from voice communication to text-based communication. And of course the whole commercial models with the model of rental or hosted solutions, switching from one-time fee to monthly fees is also something which is influencing the market very intensively. And that's also our message to the resellers, is that we also give the reseller the choice how they want to work together with innovaphone and North Supply, if they want to buy a license as a one-time fee and then to build their own hosted model with their own pricing, with their own ideas how to monetize it, or they could also go and rent the products from us, or even go from on a cloud solution. Maybe North Supply will provide in the future. So that's a whole bunch of things we want to deliver to the partner, so that the reseller can decide what's the best model for him.
So I mean, it's really important, isn't it, for whatever size of business you are, that increased simplicity of the billing, of the options and the features that you've got. So you've clearly listened to your customers in terms of that, in terms of the packages you want the resellers to potentially offer.
What is also important for us to listen to our resellers as well. So one thing what is very, very important for us is to have a great community of resellers. So we are not just delivering a product. So we also have an open forum where all our resellers are connected. They can discuss, they can give us feedback, they can help each other what really works well. Even if they are competitors, they help each other in finding the right solutions. And that's something how we live to sell our products, not only just deliver a great product, but also to create a great community to make it to add more value to the solution.
And is the community of resellers changing? I think we've certainly seen a convergence of the comms channel and the IT channel, and I think we see there's much more crossover than there once was.
I think there So as I said, we are in the market since 20 years, and there always was a crossover between IT and, of course, as when we entered the market, we have from the very beginning been a voice over IP product, so it always was an IT product. We tried to sell our product only through the IT channel, nothing to do with the voice channel, and it didn't work out. So you need to know the business of voice because it's very specific requirements. But what we see today is that more of the pure voice dealers are getting more experience in the IT world, and so this is definitely changing. And what we see is, of course, that the commercial model, so the way the go-to-market models of the partners are really changing. So we are winning more and more of ISPs or carriers hosting a solution, and therefore we also provide the right product.
And I think it's really important. I mean, as you're in a supply chain, value chain, dealing with opportunities and customers, there's such an array of UC products available. How do you see that, I guess, simplifying, if at all it's going to simplify in the marketplace, or are we going to continue to see new products added to that? Is that what customers and resellers are feeding back to you, or do they want greater integration between different types of UC services?
I think that's a little bit of the thing. What is getting worse is that the integration between the different solutions is not really done yet, because everyone wants to grab the biggest piece of the cake. So especially if you look at the team collaboration, currently there are no activities to do a kind of federation or even a collaboration between the different tools. And that's also something we are trying at least to do also to discuss with our competitors, if there shouldn't be at least a minimum level of communication or cooperation between the tools so that they can interact together, because finally, at the end of the day, no one wants to have an isolated solution which is only working for them. Even if Microsoft or Cisco are big enough, you will always find someone who is not integrated in this system, and we try to be very open. So all our APIs and our products are open, so you can also access this from other solutions. But if they don't want to, then it's difficult. So from that perspective, it's more difficult for a reseller to find the right solution, because it's in some cases an island today. But I think this will be sorted out in the next time. So
really interesting. Really appreciate your time, gentlemen, this afternoon, talking to us and sharing those insights with us. So the Innovaphone team and the North Supply team, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.